start talking about 10 a day, it's really not that difficult to do, but a lot of people don't do it. But if I told you guys that all your job was to bring to me, okay, over the next 5 years, all right, over the next 5 years, that all you had to give to me was 180 supervisors, no matter what, okay, no matter what happened or anything else, you bring me 180 supervisors into the company and I will personally write you a check for $4 million. How many people would do that? Now see, I will write the money. All you got to do is bring them in. See, the hard part is employing yourself enough. Okay, see, when you guys had your regular jobs, they told you what to do, all right? Whatever job it was you had before you came to Herbalife, they said, this is your job. You have to do this, and you have to do that, and you must have it done at 5 o'clock, okay? Here's what your job is in Herbalife, okay? Talking to people about the product. That's your job, okay? And your job is talking to people about the business. And if you look at it, that your job is 10 people on the products and 10 people about the business, you will make this kind of money. You just have to fantasize about it a little bit, about the other stories of people who have made it so that you can get yourself excited enough so you make the first step, okay? Because we talked a little bit about that. Getting started is the hardest part. Let me tell you where the most difficult part of all of Herbalife is for everybody, although it's going to be a lot easier now that we've got the 10-10-10 coming back to the home office. It's from getting from ground zero, your check to 1,000 points. That's your most difficult part, because by the time you got your 1,000 points and your 2%, which gives you another couple of thousand, and you got your retail that's giving you a couple of thousand, and now you're making $5,000 a month, it becomes a little easier to be excited and be confident to talk to people that believe in you because of how strong you become, okay? And that's the most difficult part. Getting to Millionaire Team is a breeze, okay? I'm telling you, I know it's very difficult to understand this, okay? But it's easier making $1 million a year than it is getting to that first $1,000, okay? Because you're doing the same things to get to $1 million as you are 1,000. You just do it more times to get to 1 million. And while you're getting there, it's funner because you're making money on the way. The worst part is when you're doing all the grunt work and you're doing all this stuff and you're not seeing results as fast as you want them to be, and it's discouraging and it's disheartening and things aren't happening. But it will happen. It will happen. If you do it, it will happen. You just have to do it long enough. You've seen enough people between the stage and what we're going to show you today that your time will come. All you have to do is put in the effort and the work. Your time will come. I'm telling you, your time will come. The game of Herbalife is just, it really is a game, okay? Because all you're doing here is you're trying to sponsor enough people a month. This is just a plan, okay? You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. But your goal is to try to sponsor 2 hot people a month. And then here's what I want to do with these people. I want them to go to the Who Do You Know list and make up 100 people of all the people that they know. That's what I want to have happen. That doesn't happen, then my second choice is the button. They don't want to do the button, flyers is the next one because it's the cheapest. Next thing after that could be an advertisement. But my worst thing is to have them do an ad, because an ad's going to cost some money, and we don't want people investing in money and so on until they've made some money. So my best thing is to get them to their friends, okay? But here's what you do once you've got a hot person. What you do is you go down to the second person, and you have, let's say that this is Jerry. And Jerry, the first night that she got into the company, she said, I'd like to have a party planned tomorrow night because I could get a lot of my friends to that meeting instead of waiting 2 days from now till the Thursday meeting. I said, great, let's go. I said, who are the people? And we started making telephone calls. Now, I made some of those phone calls. Jerry made some of those phone calls. So when we got over here to Debbie, who's the house that we were at, that we were going to make the deal and stuff like that, we had 7 people at the house party, okay? And I told Jerry, now, Jerry, you got to do the product section, and I'm going to do the marketing plan section. Now, from this meeting, this I can't remember her name, but she was like the World Sit-Up Championship. Sue, I think it is. Okay? And when we went to Sue's place, she had another place that she had that we could do a meeting. I said, now, Jerry, when we get over to Sue's house, I want you to have Debbie do the product part, and you do the marketing plan part, and I'll just tell my story at the end. Okay? And then we go down here to someone, I can't remember just right at the moment, but somebody in Sue's organization. Let's call us Doug Stunts for just the example. Okay? I'm trying to do this all in the qualifying month, by the way. I want to go as deep as humanly possible in the qualifying month, and I'll show you why here in a second. Now we get down here to Doug's house, and I tell Jerry, I said, Sue, you do the products. Debbie, you do the marketing plan. Jerry, you tell your testimonial, okay? And it could be anything at that point. Jerry's thing was, I got a couple of customers and already got 3 distributors, and I've been in the business only 2 days, okay? You use what you got. And then I was there to tell him what happened to me, okay? Because I was already 2 months in the business, got my checkup and so on. But my goal here is this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line, this is the fourth line, this is the 5th line. I'm trying to get this thing going down to 6 generations deep. Now, if I can get it farther than that, I try to get it farther than that. If I can't get the 6 levels, it's not a disaster. But my goal is to sponsor people, okay, to make it simple. Okay, write this down. I want to sponsor as many people as I can until I get 2 hot people. Hot people are defined as who? People that say, I want to do this, okay? As soon as they say that, go now. The first thing I always tell people is let's go after your friends and your relatives, okay? What I do is I move and groove with the way that people want to do it. So if they say no, then I say, well, listen, why don't we use the button? They say, I don't want to use the button. Great. They say, well, let's use some of these business cards and go out and just start talking to people and tell them to come down to our meetings. They say, that sounds like something I'll do. And I say, great. Okay? Now, whenever I get them to say great, whether it's their friends, they say, listen, let's go talk to your friends. They say, I'll do that. Great. Okay? Then the next thing I do is I show them what to do. And then you make them try it. And the first couple of times that they try it, they always mess it up a little bit. So here's what you do. When they mess it up, say, listen, you did great. I'm telling you, you're just so good. It's just unbelievable. But I'm telling you, if you just do this and you do that, I'm going to show you how to do it one more time. Okay, and you watch how that works a little bit better, because when I do it this way and I do it that way, that's why I get this result. So then you come back and you show them how to do it again. Now you say, you see how I did that? Now try it again yourself. Then they mess it up one little piece of it. You say, that was great. Man, I tell you, I just can't believe how good you're doing at this. Most people, it takes a lot longer. You're just unbelievable. Okay? Then you show them again. Then you get them to try it again. And you show them again, and then you get them to try it again. Then after they've tried it enough time, pretty soon they know how to do it on their own. Now, that's what's important. Now, this is extremely important that they know how to do it on their own. Not only for them, okay, because this builds their respect and their self-esteem about how they know how to do this company and how they know how to do this business. If you live with them forever and do everything for them, they never get it themselves. And if they don't get it themselves, they won't build the character and the self-respect and the self-esteem that they need to do it on their own. Now, there's another reason why you need to have them do it on their own. Because if they know how to do it on their own, you don't have to work with them much anymore. You maybe have to do a call a month, You may have to do a little bit of tour every once in a while and visit a few of their meetings and stuff like that. Okay, but once they know how to do it on their own, now you can do the most important thing that you need to do to follow the Herbalife game, which is to sponsor another 10 people so you can get another 2 hot people to work with so that you can do the whole process again. Because it's only through this process that you can build it wide enough so you've got enough chances to get people on the world team and to get people to the GET team and to get people to the millionaire team and eventually to the president's team. Because in our business, unlike other businesses, this doesn't work where you're in a company where as you build up the ladder, everybody's scared to death because they may lose your job because you.
That was dope. Mark was spitting. Let me go ahead and there we go. Yeah, that was dope. I let it run a little bit longer just because why would I cut off the goat? You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty exciting. One, I think I stumbled onto something, guys. This is completely unrelated to the call, but I blended my the new Achieve bars with the Rebuild. Like I threw the little pieces in there, ripped it together. Oh yeah, I heard it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Super good. But anyway, what's going on? Amanda was popping. Like Kayla, what's up? Bridget, what's up? Raina, what's up? I see you sitting there by yourself, Raina. I see you. That's what it's about. I see you. Relly, what's up? Jorge, what's going on? Josefina, what's up? It's 8 of us already now, so I guess they'll get on. Whoever. On the call. Boom. Anyway, I'm gonna unmute everybody, clap it up for the call. Clap, snap, whatever. Keisha, what's up? All right. Okay, dope, for sure. Anyway, guys, so today's call is about some super important things because it was brought to my attention by Bridget. We were talking earlier this week, and she was just like basically making a highlight like that the calls are great, awesome, but we want to have like some content to the calls, not only just motivational stuff, you know what I mean? Because obviously it's kind of like almost listening to Eric Thomas. Like Eric Thomas is dope to listen to, but he don't really give you action steps. You feel me? He just gets you super fired up to be like, all right, I'm outside and I'm fired up, but what do I do? You feel me? So basically, I'm giving you guys basically a overview of the marketing plan in a super simple way to where you look at it, right? And if you do it like this, your business will be bigger than actually what it will be. So me and Bridget went over this so she can I actually didn't even tell her this, but I'm just thinking about it now. I'm actually going to need your help because I know you wrote it down. So yeah, anyway, we're going to talk about that. So really quick though, I'm just going to call on somebody real quick. Let me go look. Raina. Really quick question, because this is important. Do you know how many volume points it takes to become a supervisor?
1,400.
Not 1,400.
Oh, I don't. Okay, no, I don't.
Does anybody want a lifeline, Raina?
Not you personally, Raina. Like for anybody to become a supervisor. Not you personally. Yeah. Anybody to become supervisor.
So you want to redo that, Raina?
2,000, right?
2,000. In how long?
2 months, right?
Say that again. You're kind of low. Your service is bad. 1 to 2 months, essentially. Yes. Dope. All right. Awesome. High five. Right. All right. Let me take it off you. Let me mute you one, and then take it off you. Put it back on myself. Okay, cool. So yes, it's 2002 months. We not really preaching again. As an organization, we really not preaching like 4,000 in a year, even though that's obviously available. But we want people to hit supervisor fast by doing the 2x4, which is essentially not even essentially what is 2002 months. So that's what we want to be telling our new people that are serious about the business. That's like, yeah, I'm trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if somebody's like, yeah, I just want to make a couple extra dollars, whatever, we'll still tell them about the 2x4, but you kind of know if somebody's going to want to do that or not. You know what I'm saying? Based upon the conversations you have, because it's not like somebody just signs up off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you have these conversations. So it depends on who you're talking to, obviously, but that's what we preaching to people, 2002 months. We ain't talking about that year stuff. Kick that crap to the side. Anyway, cool. So because we understand that supervisor volume is what allows us to move up the marketing plan to reach the tab team levels, global expansion team, 2.5 millionaire team, 7.5 press team and beyond. We all understand that that volume strictly comes from supervisors, and that is it only. We have nothing to do with that. Our qualified producers and down have nothing to do with that. Strictly supervisors and up. So essentially, to get supervisors, right, we got to sponsor people. So this is the simple way how we're going to look at it, because I know everybody's not just super clear on the marketing plan or whatever. So I basically did this call so everybody can get an idea of what that looks like. And like I was saying, that if you do it like this, if you have this mindset of this is how you're going to reach that level, you'll actually reach it way faster and probably with way more volume than it takes. So anybody want to talk about Active World Team? How to reach Active World Team? Anybody want to just chime in and say? Takesha, is you slightly raising your hand? Does anybody want to reach out that's not seasoned? So Amanda, no. But you know what? Actually, I'm just not even going to exclude you. Anybody want to say how to reach Active World Team? Unmute yourself and go. I'm looking. I don't see nobody. You guys can hear me? Thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Yeah? Thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Oh, okay, cool. For sure. So this is why we're doing this, because we got to know this kind of stuff. So Active World Team, right? Let me just go ahead and do this math real quick, because, I don't even need to do the math. I already know. So Active World Team, right? 10,000 volume points organizational wide. So obviously at this point, please get your pens and whatever you writing with, your iPad, laptop, whatever. We're just going to do it simple like this, right? So for all of these qualifications, this is just an overview for everything. For all of these qualifications, you personally have to do your 2,500. That's a standard as a supervisor. Obviously, you can't even hit these levels without being a supervisor. So we're going to talk about as if we're all supervisors. So it's a standard for you to hit your 2,500 no matter what. So therefore, in turn, for you to be in the qualifications, you got to be hitting your 2,500. So that's all the way. Just always know that 2,500 minimally as a supervisor, right? And because that's a super important one, that's how you qualify. And two, that is how you get your full 5% royalties, right? And raise your hand if you want to leave money on the table. Right. Okay, cool. For sure. So for you to get your full 5%, you got to do your 2,500. So that's out the way. So Active World Team, right? How do you hit Active World Team? You have an organization of 10,000 volume points. You only have to do it one time, right? So basically you hit the 10,000, you're Active World Team. So that means obviously you have supervisors. So what does that look like? If you have 4 frontline supervisors that's doing their 2,500, you hit Active World Team. So what is that? 25, 5K, 7,500, 10K. If you have 4 frontline people that hit 2,500, you do 10K, you're an Active World Team member, right? Super dope. And if it's your first time hitting Active Royalty, does anybody know what happens to you? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you know. Bridget, I see you. I'm going to unmute you.
Oh, thanks. You get $500.
Yes, my friends. So, great job. You do get an extra $500. So, just so you know, 5% of 10K is $500. So, you automatically, for hitting 10K, right, you're going to get $500 on your check, royalty check. So, okay, and now, all right, now this is actually a great point. I'm glad I'm thinking about this. Does everybody know the difference between wholesale and royalties? Does everybody, raise your hand if you know the difference between wholesale and royalties. Or actually, raise your hand if you don't know the difference between wholesale and royalties. That's actually a better question. Like Kayla, Raina. All right, cool. So obviously, I'm just going to still explain it. So the difference between wholesale, right? Wholesale is everything that your qualified producers and down do as far as documented volume. So anybody that's in that realm, from a distributor at 25% to a qualified producer at 42%, all of this is your wholesale. And that will be the difference between your discount. For example, I'm at 50%, right? 50% discount supervisor. LaKayla's at 25%. So whatever documented volume that she does, Herbalife is going to pay 50% and keep 50%. So here's Herbalife. The products costed $100. Herbalife is going to take their 50 for them. LaKayla at 25% is going to take her $25 as her profit, right? Same discount, same profit. So she'll take her 25. So obviously that's $75 and there's 25 missing. That 25 comes to her sponsor on the wholesale check that gets received on the 15th of the next month, right? So from distributor to qualified producer is all your wholesale. So if you got 10 people hitting 500, just so you guys know, if you have a person hit senior consultant, you get $125. 5% or 25% of 500. So you get $125 for every senior consultant that you frontline. So that's super dope. So just think about it like that. So if you have hella people hitting senior consultant in 1 month, 125 times however many people you got, that's what you know you're going to get on your wholesale check, right? Royalties is your supervisor volume, which just so happens to be the volume that helps you level up as far as, like we said, get teaming up, right? Or active royalty teaming up. So that's your royalties, your supervisors. Wholesale, royalties. You get both of these numbers combined on one check on the 15th. So back to what I was saying about active royalty. So you get a royalty check from your supervisors, 5% of 10K, of 500 automatically. That's what you know you're getting on your check if you hit your 2,500. Now, whatever your distributors did, qualified producers and down, whatever that may equal out to, is also included on your check. So that made, let's just say, you know, they did another 500 between all of them. That's $1,000 that you was already getting. And then Herbalife gonna throw you the extra 500 on top of that. So you're gonna get $1,500 the first month you hit active royalty, not including the retail money that you was making already all month that you've been getting because you've been talking to 10 people a day, right? So that's pretty dope. So that's active royalty, right? So 5% of 10K. So that's that. The next level, global expansion team, right? So, all right, before we do that, recap. 4 frontline supervisors doing 2,500. 3 months in a row. Obviously, that you want to keep an active supervisor, but they don't have to do it 1 month. So four supervisors doing 2,500, and then you doing your 2,500. That is how you hit active royalty. The next level, global expansion team, right? Anybody know how to hit global expansion team? What the numbers are for that? Bridget, we already know you know. We're gonna give it to somebody else. Does anybody else know global expansion team numbers? Oh, Takesha, I see you got your hand raised. I don't know. I just seen that. So you good? You want me to unmute you? Okay. Anybody want to talk about global expansion team? What the numbers are as far as your supervisor volume? Does anybody know? Unmute yourself if you know.
Is it 20K?
It is 20K. Yes. 20,000 volume points. How many months in a row?
6 consecutive months.
3 consecutive months.
Forget?
For everything. So everything after active royalty is 3 months.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what does that look like? 8 frontline supervisors doing 2,500. If you can frontline 8 people, teach them how to get to supervisor, and teach them how to do 2,500 so they get their full royalties, you'll hit your first cut global expansion team. How freaking dope is that, right? So you hit your first cut global expansion team. You're going to get minimally from your supervisors that did 20,000, $1,000 on your royalty check. Double up from active royalty, obviously it was 10K. So you get 1,000 minimally on your royalty check, not including the distributors that you have. So, if you have 8 frontline supervisors, you might probably have like maybe 20 frontline out of the 8. You see what I'm saying? Out of the 8 supervisors that you got, you probably have to frontline 20. So out of the other 12 that's there, they're probably all between a distributor and they may be supervisors as well, maybe not hitting 2,500. So, but let's just say they're all distributors and that's all in your wholesale. And you got 12 people that hit senior consultant. I'm going to do this math real quick. You don't got to write this down, but just so you guys can know. What is that? 125 times 12. That's 1,500. Not including the royalties. So you getting 2,500 your first month. If that was the case, right? If that was the case that we just said, you getting 2,500 your first month, first cut global expansion team. So you're not fully qualified. You're not a global expansion team member yet because you got to do it 2 months after this. But your first cut, you made 2,500, not including the retail that you made. You see what I'm saying? So that's super dope. Now, obviously, you got to do it. Yes, and like we already said before, you got to be hitting your 2,500, so you get your full 5% royalties out of that, right? So you do that 3 months in a row. You're a fully qualified global expansion team member. Doing your business is doing 20K a month, not including your wholesale, right? And you get a bonus, right? So this is cool. So write this down, right? So of course, 3 lines deep, right? But see, the thing about it is, the mindset that we have in it, we frontlining 8 people. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be 3 lines. It's 3 lines deep that qualify for your 20K or whatever you're going for. But if you got 8 people frontline doing 2,500, you already hit it. So essentially, if you have this right here, of course there's this, but this is not even what we talk about though. This is not even included in what I'm saying right now. So therefore, in turn, your business is probably maybe doing like 30K for your first cut. You see what I'm saying? Like that's super dope. But you got to frontline the 8 to be able to have any of this going on under. You see what I'm saying? You got to do the work up front for the people under them to succeed as well. So with that, after you become a fully qualified global expansion team member at 20K volume, 3 months in a row, right? You get a bonus. So of course you get your full 5%, 3 levels down, right? By you doing your 2,500, you get 5% on everybody in your first 3 levels. And then your bonus, if you hit your production bonus, right, which is 3,500, if you do 3,500 volume personally, you get an extra 2% bonus on the first 3 levels, which means you'll get 7% in the first 3. And then 2% from the 4th down, right? So now you're getting 7, 7, 7. And if your business goes 20 lines deep, you're getting 2% on everybody within that 4th to 20 lines. You see what I'm saying? So that check the bonus check comes on the 20th. So you just made $2,500, right? Boom, that's coming to you for sure. You know that. Now on your bonus check, you might get another $2,000. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's not, I don't know the exact number because, you know, obviously we don't know what the numbers are for the people that did anything, but it's around maybe something like that. If you got 20 lines of people, it is definitely something like that. So it's like, okay, cool. $2,500 on the 15th. I just got paid. Awesome. Dope. Now I just got another $2,000 coming to me on the 20th. I just made $4,500, not including my retail money. It's lit. Depending on what your lifestyle is like, at that point, depending on what your lifestyle is like, you can be a full-time Herbalife member. If you're making $4,500, $5K, you know what I'm saying? I don't think none of us is living in no mansions, nothing like that.
You said first 3 levels is 2%?
Extra. So it's a 2% bonus extra in the first 3 because you still get the 5 plus the 2. And then from the 4th level down, however deep it goes, you get 7, or you get that 2% as well. So that's kind of like right now, right? Raina is my second line right now, right? This is just an example. Raina is my second line. She sponsors somebody, whoever her sister, right? So that means Relly, Raina, and Raina's sister are my first 3 levels. If Raina's sister signs up her best friend who is an animal and does 10K, and I haven't qualified for my bonus, that doesn't matter for me at all. That matters for Raina and Relly, but not me because it's on my 4th level. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if that makes sense. All right, cool. So in qualifications, just always know this. Your first 3 levels, boom, 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 after you count as qualifications. If you got a beast in that 4th, 5th level, your downline going to be beasting, but you not. So what do? You always go talk to more people. You frontline. You see what I'm saying? Because there's people in this business that got passed up by their 2nd and 3rd line because their 2nd and 3rd line was working harder than them. So it's kind of, you know, that's kind of a touchy subject. Just don't get passed up. Just keep talking to more people. Anyway, dope. So is everybody got a global expansion team? Yeah. If you don't, that's okay. I'm ready. I'm here to answer the questions for it right now. Josephine, you got your hand up? I'm sorry if I don't see him with the hands up. Just let me actually do it like this. Okay, cool. Everybody's cool with that? If you aren't cool with that, right now is the perfect time to say you're not, and we can clarify it. But if you are cool with that, I'm about to move on. All right, dope, for sure. So the next level is millionaire team. It just sounds cool, millionaire team, right? Like, millionaire team? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. To me, it sounds cool. Like, is green like money? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a cool place to be. You know what I'm saying? Definitely life-changing. You can definitely be a full-time Herbalife member, minimally hitting your meal team numbers, which happen to be, right? Okay, cool. Obviously, you're doing your 2,500. So what does meal team look like? 80,000 volume points, right? 80,000 organizational volume points. So how many people, what is that? What does the people number represent? 32 frontline supervisors.
Wait, are we talking about mill or get 2.5?
We're not even talking about get 2.5. We're going to mill.
Okay.
Obviously, well, not obviously, but 2.5 is 50K 3 months in a row. But doing it like this, you'll blast past 50K easy. So we just going straight to mill. So 80K volume, 32 frontline supervisors doing their 2,500. So obviously, if you got 32 frontline supervisors, you probably talk to maybe like 100 people, right? Or not even talk to. Let me bring that back. You probably signed up 100 people frontline. So that probably means you probably talked to like maybe 1,000 people, whatever, right? Light work. Anyway, so you frontlined 100 people, and 32 of them became supervisors. Actually, let's actually up that number. You frontlined 100 people, 50 of them became supervisors, but 32 of them is actually hitting 2,500 every month, right? If you have 32 frontline supervisors doing 2,500 3 months in a row, you hit 80,000 3 months in a row, which qualifies you for Millionaire Team. Awesome. 5% of 80K is a minimum $4,000 check. So at minimum, as a Millionaire Team member, you getting a $4,000 royalty check, not including the supervisors or the other supervisors, the distributors. Minimally. So remember, you got 50 supervisors, so they probably doing whatever volume, but 32 of them is making up the 80K. So you can imagine your numbers maybe around like 120, maybe 110, maybe. So that's just whatever, right? But 4,000, awesome, dope. Not including your distributors. The other 50 that didn't make it to supervisor. You see what I'm saying? So you got 50 other frontline that didn't make it to supervisor that's making up your wholesale check. That might be like 3,000. So now you know in your wholesale and royalty check that you're getting on the 15, you're getting 7 bands. Yeah, what could 7 right now? I'm going to stop this right now. What can 7 bands do for you, Raina, right now? What can 7 bands do for you right now? You know you getting 7 doing Herbalife. What would your life look like?
I don't know. I wouldn't be where I'm at. Not even.
You got to pick up the phone. You got to pick up the phone so we can hear.
I probably.
Can you guys hear her? No, like, right, minimally, right? Like, I don't know if you got it on. You feel me? I don't know what you're doing, but can you just do it regular? No, I really can't hear you. But you know what? That's okay, because I want you to type it in the chat just real quick, like something real quick that what your life would be like or what that would do for you. RJ, what would 7 bands do for you right now from Herbalife? What happened? Why'd you go off screen?
What?
All right, right now, 7 bands from Herbalife. They just dropped it on you.
Yeah.
What does your life look like?
Better. I'm in a better situation. Financial freedom. That's the main thing, right? That's what everyone's after, financial freedom.
We didn't sign up for shits and giggles.
You know what I'm saying? That's the goal, financial freedom, and that would get me that extra step closer to being there.
Right. 7 bands a month. Probably like more time with your son, right?
Just more time in general.
More time.
I think would stop. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So to focus, and then you be able to just level up more because you have more time.
Yes, exactly. LaKayla, 7 bands for you right now. We didn't talk, okay? Look, me and you didn't talk in the last couple of days, all right? So we know, what does 7 bands do for your life right now? You know, without a doubt, every month you're getting 7 bands.
I'm going to go get a car and I'm going to go find me an apartment and get up at my mama's house.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got people on the team that really need this. You see what I'm saying? So this information is important. Like, if you know that this is what it takes to reach that level, it kind of makes it way more simpler to be like, okay, I can go frontline 8 supervisors. You know what I'm saying? To reach 20, or for example, this right here, Millionaire Team, 32 supervisors, right? Rather than if you look at it like, oh, 80K, like, damn, that's a big number. You know what I'm saying? 80,000 is, you know, just being real, 80,000 is a big number. But if you look at it like, okay, I'm going to get 32 people to do 2,500, to me, that kind of sounds more doable. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so 7,000, not including the wholesale, right? So obviously that's 3 months in a row, 80K, you're a fully qualified Millionaire Team member. And for your bonus production level. So out of debt, able to save for my home, help my family, and likely take over care for my nephew if I had the income. Right. That's life changing. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not like, obviously you can go buy nice things. Obviously you can go get a nicer car or whatever, right? But it's like with 7K, it's like for the stuff that your family is struggling for the stuff that, you see that they need, but you can't help them with, or they can't even help themselves with, you got that income plus more. You see what I'm saying? To do whatever the hell you want to. Like, that's what that is. And that's minimally. You feel me? That's not even with the inflation that we're talking about. That's minimum. That's what you get. So, yeah. So that's 80K, right? You're a fully qualified millionaire team member. And your production bonus. So if you do 3,000 volume personal for you, right? Global expansion team was 3,500. So now as a millionaire team member, you do 3,000 volume points, right? You get an extra production bonus of 4%. So on top of the 5% in your first 3, you get 4, which is 9. So now you get 999 from your 4th down to your 20th, 4.
Is it 1 to 3 levels deep too? Or does that go up?
It's always 1 to 3 levels.
No, so explain, like, first for the first, second, and third level is still 2%. Fourth level down 2%.
So for millionaire team, it's 4%.
First and third level deep.
Yeah, so it's always 3 levels, first, second, and third. And now for millionaire team, it's 4% instead of 2% for global expansion team. So now you get 999, 4 plus 5. The 5 you was already getting plus the production. And then from your 4th all the way down, you're getting that 4%. So, yeah. So your bonus check is probably like, so mind you, that was the 7 with the royalties and the wholesale. That was the 7. We didn't even talk about the royalty check that you're going to get for that 4%. What does that look like? 5 bands. So now you got 12 bands coming. Not including the retail. What does your life look like? You got 12,000 coming to you. You know that. Like, you know you got the 12,000 coming to you. What does your life look like? Are you traveling? Are you helping family? Are you, saving up for that house that you want to put that down payment on? You know what I'm saying? Is you saving for your kids' college fund? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. If they happen to not get into Herbalife, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you saving for that college fund or whatever? Like, what are you doing? You got 12K. You lightweight play around. Get out of debt. Pay your credit cards off. You feel me? It's a lot of opportunity with 12 bands. Right. Dope. Awesome. 3 months in a row, 80K. Millionaire team member. You're in the top like 2% of the company. Right? Global expansion team is actually 3%. So global expansion team is the top 3%. The mill team is the top 2%. And then as we talk about right now, president's team member. Press team. That's what we all going for, right? So cool, for sure. What does press team look like? 200,000 volume points, 3 months in a row, obviously, with you doing your 2,500. So how many people does that represent, right? So if you go and get 80 frontline supervisors, and you teach 80 how to do 2,500, that is 200,000 volume points. You just hit your first cut president's team. Holy fuck, it's getting real. You just hit your first cut prez. Herbalife, look, you hit first cut prez. The Herbalife world is shaking right now. They like, what's up? Like, if nobody knew you before, they know you now. You hit first cut. It's on and cracking, right? So 5% of 200,000 is 10 bands, 10K, right? So, again, if you got 80 frontline supervisors, you probably done sponsor like 350 people. That's rough, right? 350 people. So that means if you sponsor 350 people, you probably talk to like, what's the number? It's like 3,000 people. Is it worth it to talk to 3,000 people for 350 people to sign up to get 80 supervisors to make 10K minimally? Like, yeah, I would say so. 10 bands, it can never be taken from you. At Prez, let me tell you guys like this, right? If you do it like this, if you frontline, who gives a fuck about the second or third? If you frontline 80 people that hit supervisor and they're doing 2,500, your Prez team will never be taken from you. Never. That shit is for life. No matter if 10 of them fall off. Who give a fuck if 10 fall off? Because look, I'm going to tell you, if you frontline 80, we already know if we frontline 80, there's action in the second line. There's action in the third line. You see what I'm saying? And then, of course, out of the 80 that's doing 2,500, there's probably like another 100. Let's even bring it down lower. There's probably another 50 that's not doing 2,500 that'll never leave the business because they seen that you just hit first cut Prez. They'll never leave. So now you got 80 people doing 2,500, and now you got the other 50 out of the 130 doing 1,500. Your second line is cracking. Your third line is cracking. You probably, if you just did that, you for sure. Now, this is minimum. This is like if people are doing 2,500 and not sponsoring people, right? That's like if there was 80 people on this call and all you guys were on my team. Like you guys had no downline, right? And you guys were just getting clients, making money. That's not realistic. That's not realistic because out of them 80 people, somebody going to hit global. Not even somebody. There's going to be multiple global expansion team members. There are going to be multiple mill team members. And there might be another Prez team member in there or two. So if that's the case, you're not just doing 200,000. Like if you got 80 frontline supervisors, you might be like a 20K Prez team member. That's just what it is, right? But it's like, who's willing to talk to 3,500 people to be a 20K Prez team member to be making minimally 20,000 a month? That can never be taken away. 20,000 a month. But anyway, we're bringing it back down to the 10K. So 200,000, right? We can get back to that in a minute, right? 200,000, 80 supervisors doing 2,500, 200,000 volume points, 10K minimally. Awesome, right? That's the royalties, right? Not including the wholesale. So let's just say that's another 10K. So that's 20K your first cut Prez. Awesome. What does $20,000 do for you? You just hit your first cut Prez. And of course, to get your bonus production, guess what the number is for you to get your bonus production as a Prez team member? Does anybody want to guess besides you, Bridget? Because I see you looking at the paper right there that say, yeah, I know the number. Does anybody want to guess? I'm gonna just tell you guys. For you to get your bonus production as a President's team member, the number you have to hit is 2,500 volume points. You was already going to hit your 25. You was already going to do your 2,500. So because you was already going to do your 2,500 and you earned, Prez team, they're like, you know what? Because you did all this work, for you doing what you was already going to do, we're going to reward you. So now you getting an extra 6% in your first 3 lines on top of the 5 that you was already having. So you getting 11, 11, 11 in your first 3, right? And then you getting 6% from the 4th down. It's fucking lit. All right, for sure. What's good? What are you confused about?
I'm just a visual learner. That's all. I gotta see it.
So look, you got 200,000, right? In this box right here, 200,000 volume points, 3 months in a row. Boom, boom, boom. You just hit Prez, right? So you getting 10K. You're getting minimally 10K from this box on a check. This box right here is giving you $10,000. right? Is this good? Raise your hand if this is good. Can you put it on the whiteboard for us? Yes, Raina. Hold on. I got a whiteboard. It's small, but I ain't got no super big one. Okay, let me see how I can write this out. Because as I told you guys, right, this is not my strong point, writing it out. I could tell you, but I'm going to go ahead and get better right now because this is what it requires. So, So, how do I even want to write this out? Let me see. So here's me. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna say right now. Really, Raina, what's one of your who cares? I'm just gonna name up somebody. What's your sister's name? What's her name? It's cool. We're just gonna say Jessica. Right. Okay, cool. So Valerie. Hey, that's my mom's name. Nice. Jessica is the other one. Yes. Oh shit, that was on some made up shit. All right, cool. All right. So here's me, right? So imagine this goes across like this. So your first 3 levels, right? And
Raina, go on mute, please.
Yeah. Mute all. 15. All right, cool. So imagine that, of course, this is one line of people. Imagine that I have more lines of people, right? So you hit your first cut press, you get 5%, 5% here, 5% here, 5% here, right? Now for your bonus, you get an extra 6 on top of the first 3. So instead of 5, you get 11, 11, 11. And then say Jessica signed up somebody named Bobby, right? Bobby is in my 4th line. So because it's in my 4th line, I don't get that 5, but I get that bonus. So because I get the bonus from the 4th down only, 11, 11, 11, 6, all the way down to 20. Is that better? Does that make sense?
No, wait. Put the whiteboard back in the thing. Let me see.
So
with Relly, Raina, and Jessica, you get 5%.
Plus my bonus.
So that's an extra 6%.
11, 11, 11.
So for those first 3 levels, it's 11%.
Yes.
4th level, Bobby, anything down is 6% extra, you said?
Bonus. So 4th level down is bonus.
Infinity. Gotcha.
So you can write down as your bonus, Global Expansion Team, 2%, Millionaire Team, 4%, Prez Team, 6%. So you're minimally getting 10K from your royalties, so your supervisor doing 200,000. You're getting your wholesale, which is probably crazy because you didn't frontline hella people. Let's just say 20K right there, not including your bonus. Your bonus, so, all right, I need you guys to, all right, hear me out on this. Hear me out, guys. All right, cool. So your 5%, right, that you was already getting from your first 3 was 10K, right? We clear on that, right? Right? Raise your hand. LaKayla, you got me? Let me know. Let me know.
That with the extra 6% bonus?
Without the 6%, we was already getting 10K. The 5% that you was already always going to get.
Okay, gotcha.
Bridget, what's up?
Oh, no, I was just raising my hand.
Okay, cool, for sure. So you was already getting the 5%, right? Without the bonus, right? That was 10K between your first 3 lines. We clear on that? For sure. The bonus, guys, remember, it's 6%. That's more than 5. So that means you getting more than 10K on the bonus check. You see what I'm saying? Think about that. It's 6%. It's doubling up. So you're going to get that 10K plus more. So now you going to make 20 bands. Minimum, or not even minimum, really more, but, 20. Let's just say 20. Not including whatever your 4th level's down, because you're not good. The reality about it is you're not going to only have 200,000 in your first 3 lines. There's somebody in your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th line cracking. That's just what it is. You're a presidency member. That's just the nature of the business. Like, it's going to be people under there cracking too. So obviously with them people, with you getting your bonus, you're getting some of that action down there from the 4th down, which means your bonus check is going to be crazy as a Prez team member. So you getting possibly more on your bonus than your regular royalty check. Because it's 6%, not 5. Now, what if your business goes 20 lines deep? Like, what the fuck? You getting a 15 band royalty check plus your wholesale? Let's just say you're getting 20 bands. Oh, we already said that. 20 bands plus your wholesale plus your royalty, you're getting 20 bands. You're getting 6% on them first 3 and all the way down to your 20th line. Dude, your royalty check, your bonus check really might be like 30 bands, 35 bands. So you just made 50 bands doing Herbalife, using the products, wearing the brand, and talking to people. Is it worth it to make 50 bands to frontline 80 supervisors? There's no way. If you ask me, there's no way that's not worth it. You see what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, it's worth it.
Right. Like, you just made 50 bands and you getting it again next month. And like I said, if you frontline 80 people, your business is never going nowhere. You can be like Andrew Koopman, right? For those of you guys that don't know, Andrew Koopman is like our up, not as high as Leslie Stanford, but our upline. So he's basically, so it goes Jerry, right? Not me, obviously. Jerry, our Prez team member. Then it goes Mark and Jill Addy with their 30K. And then it's Andrew Koopman, this dude from Australia. Like, you'll probably never see this dude. Like, I seen him one time on some. Actually, I went to his house. How crazy is that? I went to Andrew Koopman's house in LA, in a rich part of LA, hella crazy. My man had a Bentley. He had not a Rolls Royce, Range Rover. And he had some other crazy foreign shit. I don't even know what it was. And it was I'll actually share the photo in the group chat. I took a picture of the cars. And his house was stupid. When I tell you stupid, it was stupid. Like, it was super modern. Like, you know them Instagram pages? I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, them Instagram pages with the modern houses. It was like that. That shit was stupid. But, yeah, the reason why I brought him up is because, like I just said, with Jerry obviously being a Prez team member and all the other people, Mark and Jill Addy, all them people, super. Basically, all the President's team members that we look up to, that we're all like, that we look up to, they're in Andrew Koopman's downline. So if you got that cracking in your downline, guess what he did? He went and traveled the world for 2 years on a boat. 2 years on a boat, doing his $2,500, bringing in like $40,000 checks every month. What are you doing? You're traveling. You've been Prez team for like 10 years. So you've been making minimally 10K. How crazy is that, right? So that's just, okay, and obviously I'm trying to get in good lighting so you guys can see me, because I know you guys can only see my face. But the call's going to end soon anyway. But, of course, there's 15K Prez, 20K Prez, 30K, 40K, 50K. We've seen at Extravaganza there was 140K. That's ridiculous. I can't even tell you how much volume that is a month. But I remember last year, Fit Couple was making like, and that was Fit Couple, by the way, Disney and Jorge. I remember last year they was making like 250,000 a month, like doing 1 million volume points a month. Like doing 1 million volume points a month? How? Huh? 1 million volume points a month. And they getting like 250K. That shit is crazy, dog. Like doing Herbalife, doing the same shit we doing. The products don't work no better for them than they do us. The marketing plan is no different for them than it is us. They go to the same trainings. Like no matter how hype the training may be, higher than other trainings, they're telling you the same thing. Like the basics never change. Obviously, use the products, wear the brand, talk to people, obviously, but there's like, you know, there's maybe like fit club, nutrition clubs, you know, running booths, you feel me, things like that. Those things don't change. So it's like, that's crazy, RJ's son. That's crazy because it's like, it's the same shake they drinking. There ain't no magic juice in there. And ain't no Mike's Secret stuff. For those who've seen Space Jam, if you know that reference. But yeah, so I basically wanted to tell you guys that because I understand that may be a little bit more clearer than what we might hear on or see on, you know, at the trainings or whatever, right? So basically, you guys, for the level that you guys want to hit, hopefully you took good notes, right? And of course, this call will be available. It's being recorded or whatever. Of course, it'll be available. I'll post it in the chat. But hopefully you guys wrote down the numbers, and hopefully you guys wrote down like the income of what that looks like. Because like I was telling you guys, that's minimum. That's just the people that you frontline doing it. That has nothing to do with the people that they frontline and the people that they frontline 3 levels deep. So by me saying that 20K, by me saying that 80K, 200K, is really higher than that because there's the second line that we're not counting and there's the third line that we're not counting, which really means that the volume is higher. That number that I gave you as far as what you'll be making is also higher. So hopefully you guys took some good notes for that. Is that understandable? Was that better than, not better than anything, but was that cool? Like raise your hand if you believe that gave some value. Because yeah, that's what I want to do for you guys. I want to make it easier so we can know, like, okay, I know what global expansion team looks like, because I know that's, you know, I know LaKayla said she was walking stage next year as a global expansion team member. I know Bridget said she's walking the stage as a global expansion team member. I know Amanda said that as well. So it's like, okay, cool. Then you guys know you got to get 8 frontline supervisors and teach them how to do 2,500. Right? That just sounds way simpler. You feel me? Than just like, okay, I'm going to do 20K. Like, I'm just going to build 20K. Like, okay, go get 8 people. Go get 32 people. Go get 80 people. It'll work out for you for sure. All questions is good questions. If it ain't no questions, then it's all good. Bridget, what's the deal?
I just have a comment. Obviously, there were a lot of really big numbers being thrown around and a lot of stats, and it's good that everybody's getting a better understanding of this. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to the 2x4 that Jerry and Pat talked about a couple weeks ago. So when you think about, okay, now I know what I need to do to qualify for the next levels, you need to know how you're going to do it. And it's going to be through the 2x4. So if anybody still has questions on that, ask Jerry, don't ask me. I could explain it to you because I, once again, have all the notes right here. But that's how you're going to get the supervisors, the people in your downline, the people in your front line, et cetera, et cetera. And you also have to have, as I've been thinking about it, you have to have the ability to teach everything that you just learned to the people that you're getting into the business. And obviously, Jerry's going to be available. Amanda will be available. I'll be available. Anybody that understands it is going to be available, but you need to be able to talk about it yourself. Because if people say, tell me how much money I can make, and you go, well, you can make a lot, but you don't know how to get there, then it's not going to be a benefit to you at all to have this call and take some notes and then put it into a binder or a notebook and forget about it. So you need to like learn it and then go out and do your 2x4, 2x4, 2x4 over and over and over again, and then teach people how to do the exact same thing. That's how it's just going to go gangbusters.
Yes. You know what? And that is why we have a team, because I would have forgot to say that. So.
Well, that's what we said at the end of that long ass conversation that we had after I took all these notes. I was like, so how do I do it? And then you were like, the 2x4.
Yeah, exactly. That I'm glad that we went over that. So how do I get 80 people? Or how do I get 8 people? 2x4. What's the two? You know what the 2x4 is? Go get 2 supervisors in 2 months. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how you do it. That's how you get the 8 doing the 2x4. Okay, now even deeper than that. How do I do the 2x4? You do your 90-day plan. Right?
And everything that's been said is like the literal minimum. You don't think I get 8 people. You think I have to have 8 front lines. So I need to have, like he kept saying, 100 people. And the minimum that you need is 8 people at 2,500. We aren't talking about everybody else that's also in your downline that you're teaching to get 8 people, to get 200. Like, you're not talking about every single level. It's just going to keep growing. And if you keep teaching people the levels of the marketing plan, they're going to be doing the same thing under you and growing their own situation. So like Jerry has all of us, and then I'm going to have all of my people. And he's not even thinking about using my people to get his volume points, his organizational volume points. I'm thinking that. I'm not going to be thinking about what my people are getting. I'm just focusing on them. But it's all going to just be boosting you up at the same time. Like, realistically, if I go get my whatever it is, like 3 people, 2 people I need to get to active world team, but I get my 8 people in the meantime, I could just go right on up to get team for, I mean, obviously I need to get world team first, but it could just go way, way bigger, way faster than you had anticipated. And that's how Fit Couple did it. Everybody wonders what their magic was.
Yeah, definitely. And those are great points. And
Yes.
it's just being consistent, guys. I'm not going to be on this. I always talk about this. But it's just being consistent. Who's going to do it the most? Who's going to talk to the most people? Do you have to be the hardest worker? Do you have to do the most volume? Do you have to show up the most? Right? Yeah, that's how you do that. So if you've been doing your 90-day plan, if you've been having success, keep doing it. If you haven't had success, talk to your sponsor about how you can maybe revise it, or maybe you don't got to revise your 90-day plan. Maybe you just need to take more action inside of your 90-day plan, right? So maybe you was like, well, maybe I was going to say I was going to talk to 2. Maybe I can talk to 3. That third person can be that one person that could be that 2,500. You know what I'm saying? Could be. Maybe not. We'll never know. But you have to give yourself the chance to find out. Yeah. All questions are good questions. Again, if there is no questions, let's get it. Oh, no. STS for NorCal is this Saturday. Not really. Raina really was asking me about you going, and I told her based upon the last conversation we had that you were going. So she said she wants a ride. So obviously reach out to her and be like, what's up? For Vegas, I don't know when you guys' STS is. It already passed. It passed? When it was the first week? Or what is it? Actually, it's like the 3rd week of August.
It was on the 11th.
Did you go?
I did not go.
Takesha, did you go?
I'm planning to fly out Friday to go to NorCal.
Hey, so for sure, gang will be up there. It's going down. Just so you guys know, I'm telling you guys this so you guys can know that this information is going to come up soon. Jerry wants me to fly to Phoenix to go talk about nutrition club training. So we can possibly get some nutrition clubs popping within our organization. So I'm flying out there to Phoenix next month. So I'm going to learn about that and obviously bring that information to you guys. So for those of you that are interested in doing that type of thing, I know Jorge is interested in that, and Takesha as well. And Vegas is I know that you were saying that moving back possibly, whatever. whatever might be happening. But I know that, I'm going to get the information. I'm going to take really good notes. I'm really going to show up present to be like, yo, what's the deal? So I can tell you guys, because I know some of you guys are wanting to do that type of thing. So Jerry was telling me that 15K automatically gets pumped out of the, like minimally 15K. If you do it right, gets pumped out of the nutrition club. So, you know what I'm saying? 15,000 documented organizational volume points from the nutrition club. That's your global expansion team cut right there. Just from the club, not including the people that you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? But that's a future conversation. But, yeah. So all questions are good questions. But if not, let's get to it. We got how many days in the month left? I know Amanda has the highest volume right now. She's at like 2,000, a little over 2,000 or whatever. We got basically a little bit less than 2 weeks. We got like what? 13 or what? 12 days left in the month. So you feel me? That's a lot of time. Don't count yourself out. You feel me? Do not count yourself out, because look, I'm gonna tell you guys, and I know that we're going over the time. I'm sorry, but look. I would tell you guys, I don't know if it was 2 months ago. I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you, my volume was like 5 days left in the month. My volume was maybe like 1,400, 1,300. I can't exactly remember what it was, but I was like, damn, like I had in my mind, we're hitting 25. I don't know how we're doing this, but we're hitting 25. I promise. I don't know what it'd be like. It was like, of course, people always call as well, but it was like my clients and everything like that volume pushed from 14 to like 3,200 in like 5 days. You feel me? Like, but if the thing about it is, right, I promise that your mindset is huge in this. And if you count yourself out like, oh, whatever, I'll just go next month. Everybody's catting. Oh, I don't, you feel me? Whatever, feeling bad for yourself, right? You're not even going to be in the game. Like, you're not even operating right. You feel me? Like, you're already losing, right? But if you wake up with the mindset right now, tomorrow morning, if you wake up with the mindset like, yo, it's EOM right now, you're going to operate differently. You waking up with a whole different mindset. So therefore, in turn, if it's EOM, you operate differently. You for sure following up. You for sure hitting up to new clients. You for sure posting more. You for sure talking to more people more, because it's EOM. And you're trying to get your money. We here to make money. We're not here because, look, I'm going to tell you guys what happens. If any of you guys on this team, well, obviously on this team, but if any of you guys on this call do not do the volume that was required from you, guess where the extra goes to? It comes to me. And now, I love you guys. Awesome for giving me money. But look, that's y'all money. I want y'all to keep it. You feel me? I want y'all to keep the money. So therefore, in turn, I need you to do y'all volume. Because if y'all do y'all volume, everybody will get paid. And that's what we signed up for. We didn't sign up to be Instagram models. We didn't sign up to have our autographs signed or sign our autographs and shit. You feel me? We didn't sign up to be popular. We signed up to get that check. We signed up to travel the world. We signed up to inspire people. We signed up to leave a legacy. We signed up so we could change our families' lives and our lives in between and our friends' lives in between. So therefore, in turn, the little stuff matters. The volume, the operation, the mindset matters. Everything matters. How you walk into the room matters. And everything matters. So don't discount that. And we did not sign up to not talk to people. So that's what it is. And I'm over the time, and I'm going to let y'all go. All questions, good questions. If we got no questions, tap in. Our group chat is growing as far as our clients. So that's awesome. Keep adding your people. We're doing the challenge that starts next Monday. $320 pot. The pot is going up to $400. If you haven't paid, if you're participating and you haven't paid, for whatever reason you haven't paid, whether you can't afford it personally at the time, go get 2 people to sign up. Minimally $20. They don't even have to get on the program. Go get 2 people to sign up, and then that'll be entering in. Or just go retail it. Go get a client. If you aim for a client a day, if you have the mindset, I'm going to go get a client a day, you might go ahead and get a client a day. You just might. But if you just wake up like, oh, I'm just going to post on Instagram because Jerry said so. Because I feel like some of y'all be doing that. You know what? That's okay. You feel me? That's okay if that's how y'all operate. But don't post because I'm telling you to post. Post because it's going to benefit you. You see what I'm saying? So if you wake up with the mindset, I'm getting a client a day, it's EOM every day from now till actual EOM, and I'm getting a client a day, I guarantee your volume will move. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It'll move. Now, I can't say how much, but it's going to move. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, obviously, throughout the week, for sure, hit me up. Obviously, you guys know this, but I feel like I must say this because I kind of feel like this. And I know I keep saying I'm going to let y'all go, but this is the last thing. Like, you got to be in contact with your sponsor because it's a lot of, because in the places that you guys are in, it's a lot of stuff that you guys haven't even done yet. So therefore, in turn, you got to be doing the little stuff to get those questions to be asked. Okay, well, this person said this to me, or what do I say? Whatever. Like, because if that was the case, we would all be doing like 2,500. You see me minimally. You see what I'm saying? We'll all be doing that. Since we're not all doing that, there has to be some questions that you guys have. And if you guys aren't asking the questions, I can't just guess that you need help. You see what I'm saying? So ask the questions to your sponsor. And if your sponsor's not available, ask me. So, yeah. So just get busy. Get in contact with your sponsor. Bug your sponsor. Like, I don't bug my sponsor, but I bug other people. You feel me? But actually, I've been bugging him lately. Like, bro, what's the deal? So, I'm going to see you guys in the chat. Keep it lit. Do everything you guys need to. 90-day plan, 2x4, 8, 32, 80. All that. I will see you guys. Awesome. Be careful. And let's get to it.